Hey everybody, Caleb Dennison with Digital Trends live at CES 2019. And first of all, I want to say thank you for watching our videos. And more importantly, thank you for commenting. You guys, with your voices, have told us what you're really interested in seeing more about. And it turns out this is one of the big ones. What we're looking at right now is the Furrion Rova cooler. It's a 1.3 cubic foot electric cooler, and there's a ton going on here. So first, I want to talk about how it keeps things cool. It does not require ice. This is basically a mobile refrigerator. It has a typical compressor built in order to cool stuff, and it runs off of a 400-watt battery. So if we get in tight here, next to our dry storage compartment here, we have this big 400-watt battery. Now, what Furrion tells us is if you're just keeping stuff cool, you're not charging any devices or anything like that, it can keep your beverages cold for up to 10 days on a charge. Now, if you want to add a solar panel, let's take a look over here. You can do that. You can get a 100-watt solar panel for about $300 that will charge that ad infinity. So for as long as you're out there, you can keep your stuff cool without ever having to run for ice. Let's take a look inside the actual compartment here. So we'll pull this open, and as you'll see, that's actual frost. It's keeping stuff cool right now. We've got some really nice LED lights here. We've got a few beverages in there. You can store stuff here, you can store stuff here. Now, while this may not look like a massive compartment, it is actually plenty big to hold some beverages, some meat, whatever you need to keep cold when you're out camping or tailgating. And because you don't have to put ice, that's 100% stuff storage, right? You don't have to put ice in there. If you wanted to make ice, you could do that. This thing will get cold enough to freeze water. So you could make your own ice if you want to, but the whole idea of this thing is that you don't actually have to do that. Let's shut this down here. A couple of the other nice accessories, we've got a little serving and potentially a cutting board here. So it serves an extra purpose whether you're out tailgating or camping. We've got cup holders on the side. So swinging around here, we check out the display. It's really informational, very cool. It tells you how cold things are inside at any given moment. It also has a battery status indicator if you want. If you want to charge your devices off that 400-watt battery pack, we have 3 different USB connections here. And if your phone supports wireless charging, there's a wireless charging pad right here, so you can just plop your phone on top of it and it'll start charging your phone. Now, anytime you start charging devices like that, it's gonna hit the battery a little bit. And if you want to, you can actually plug it into AC power, maybe plug it into your RV, and it'll recharge the battery that way. But I think the best way to go about it is you get the solar panel, you attach it to the system, it charges via DC, so there's nothing else other than the solar panel necessary to make that happen. Now, let's talk about price. This is obviously a very fancy cooler. And let's keep in mind that Yeti has made $500 coolers the norm. It also doesn't try to do a bunch of crazy stuff like maybe the Coolest Cooler did, which by the way is really struggling. So there's no blender or anything like that. But let's get down to brass tacks. How much is it gonna cost you? Well, the cooler itself is $7.99, and then you add another $2.99 for that battery pack, and then another $2.99 if you want the solar panel. That's pretty pricey, but Furrion is a luxury company. They build excellently designed products, and so they can beg that price premium for it. So there you go. The Rova cooler from Furrion, absolutely one of the hotter items at the show, even though it's definitely one of the coldest.